Hey everyone and welcome. The Platform X, formerly Twitter. The platform where twats went to Twitter. Bought by Elon Musk, who is changing the platform for the better in my honest opinion, slowly but surely, by trying, especially, to be a freedom of speech platform. As you can imagine, this has kicked the state into panic mode, hasn't it?
I spoke to a detective in Pearse Street on Saturday who was actively engaged with the social media companies throughout Thursday, who was actively engaged with TikTok, actively engaged with Meta, so Instagram and Facebook, who was actively engaged with Twitter or X. She said very clearly that social media companies, in particular TikTok and Meta, they were responding, they were engaging with Gardaí, and they were taking down these vile posts as they came up. X were not. X were not. They didn't engage. They did not fulfill their own community standards, and that is why we are moving to a situation where these companies do not get to self-monitor. That's why Commission a Man has been established, to make sure that these companies are held responsible, because while some were responsible, others were not. So let me reassure you, Gardaí were seized of this. They were engaging. They were engaging directly with the social media companies.
Can't have you plebs knowing what they're up to, really, can they? It's against our democracy, obviously. We also know Elon himself has been using the platform to exercise his own freedom of speech, and they really don't like that. So they've whipped up the useless idiots and the ivory tower virtue signallers to start attacking the platform with hit pieces, like the Media Matters article and an advertiser boycott. And Elon's response is perfection, and I'll tell you why.
And I do believe that we have rotten politics, and I'm not using that as an exaggeration.
This was at a summit held by the New York Times. And as you know, the New York Times is a bastion of free speech and truth. And a lot of advertising executives were there as well. Now, I suspect this was designed as a struggle session. Something to humiliate Elon in front of the world and in front of the advertisers until he does what he's told. Well, love Elon or hate him, you have to admire the minerals on the man. Have a look at this.
Now, obviously, you know that there's a public perception that, and you're clarifying this now, but there's a public perception that that was part of a apology tour, if you will. That this had been said online. There was all of the criticism. There was advertisers leaving. We talked to Bob Iger today.
I hope they stop.
Now, at that point, I actually think this interviewer thought, we've got him, guys. We've got him. He needs us to stay. And the next bit is even better.
Don't advertise.
You don't want them to advertise?
No.
What do you mean?
If somebody's going to try to blackmail me with advertising, blackmail me with money, go fuck yourself.
But
go fuck yourself. Is that clear? I hope it is. Hey, Bob.
The silence was deafening, wasn't it, everyone? The silence is deafening. You got to remember, these are people that need his platform to do as it's told, i.e. censor, because otherwise they'll be revealed as the charlatans, liars, and let's effectively call them what they are, scumbags that they are. Let's continue.
If you're in the audience.
Well, let me ask you then.
That's how I feel. Don't advertise.
How do you think then about the economics of X? If part of the underlying model, at least today, and maybe it needs to shift, maybe the answer is it needs to shift away from advertising. If you believe that this is the one part of your business where you will be beholden to those who have this view, what do you do?
F-Y.
I understand that, but there's a reality too.
He can't get it through his head that someone will think his morals are more important than his income. You see how confused this gentleman is? I don't get it. If you think it's going to cause a problem, why don't you just capitulate and do as you're bloody told, man?
Right?
Yes. No.
I mean, Linda Yaccarino's right here, and she's got to sell advertising.
Absolutely. So, totally. No. Actually, what this advertising boycott is going to do? It's going to kill the company.
You see the glee on his face? That screams to me a man that doesn't care, or he's got better plans.
And do you think that
And the whole world will know that those advertisers killed the company, and we will document it in great detail.
Why would you document something in great detail if you didn't want to prove to the world what they're actually like? This is going to terrify them more and more and more, because it's the first time, let's be honest, it's the first time that anyone with any significant power, which Elon Musk, love him or hate him, has said to the advertisers and the elites and the people that want to censor everything, go F yourself. And I don't care if it ruins the company, go F yourself even harder. How long have you waited for these words, everyone?
But those advertisers, I imagine, are going to say, we didn't kill the company.
Oh, yeah?
They're going to say...
Tell it to Earth.
But they're going to say, Elon, that you killed the company because you said these things and that they were inappropriate things.
Inappropriate isn't against the law.
And that they didn't feel comfortable on the platform, right? That's
for you.
What they're going to say.
And let's see how Earth responds to that.
Now, in my honest opinion with this, everyone, Elon is clearly implying that he expects X to go bankrupt because of the advertisers. And his plan, in my honest opinion, is to bring a criminal litigation case against the advertisers and Media Matters for their hit piece. And if that was the case, it would at least be to the tune of his original investment, wouldn't it? That's 50 billion. Was it? I think it was, wasn't it? Now let's see how committed these advertisers are at losing money themselves and not him losing money, because he doesn't obviously care. Or he's just played your gambit. This is high stakes chicken, isn't it? If you want to run at me, I'll run at you harder. Let's see who backs out first. And I think Elon's probably going to win this one without it ever getting to that stage. I think the advertisers are going to capitulate for once. Let me know what you think, though. I'd like to know your opinion. Stay sane. Well done, Elon. And a big, massive F you to the advertisers and the cancel culture. This was aimed at all of you. And he's right. Earth will judge you. Won't we, everyone? See you on the next one.